The Ticwatch Pro 5 is big, snappy, and packs some cutting-edge tech. Mobvoi went down the path of don't harmonize, rather make enemies. So, will this TicWatch make you forget the Galaxies and Pixels of this world? Let's get into it.
This is one of the first smartwatches with the latest Qualcomm Snapdragon W5 Plus Gen 1. That's a mouthful. The Ticwatch Pro 5 from Mobvoi isn't a brand that you would expect to be using the latest chipset on the market. You definitely notice the snappiness with this 2 gigs of RAM. Oh, and there's also a whopping 32 gigs of storage, which is twice as much as what Samsung gives you. What really stands out for the Ticwatch Pro 5 for us is the battery life. Now, Mobvoi advertises 80 hours, which we didn't quite get. In our DHRME battery test, we got around 66 hours. This included a workout of about an hour. The backlight was turned on when we raised the wrist, and the screen was set to fully wake up upon receiving notifications. All of that and just under 3 days. Impressive. The way Ticwatch pulls this off is using what they call a ULP, ultra low power display. The ULP display makes this watch go from a WearOS 3 watch to a Garmin.
Whereas a normal Samsung or Pixel watch gets you a day to a day and a half of battery life, this one easily doubles it. Not the week-long battery that Garmin's get you, but we're talking about WearOS watches here. This ULP display has a backlight and you can choose the colors, and it will even change color during a workout depending on the heart rate zone you're in. And don't underestimate the ULP mode because you still get a bunch of smart features. You can still see your step count, heart rate, calories burned, blood oxygen saturation, and compass by turning the digital crown, which, by the way, works very smoothly and has a good haptic feedback too.
If you want to leave home without a charger for longer periods of time, you can even choose to put the watch into essential mode, meaning it will turn off many of the smart features, though not all, and sensors, and only use the ULP display. This actually happens automatically when you go to sleep or you don't wear the watch for longer than 30 minutes. But eventually you will need the proprietary charging cable. We also dig the fact that you get fast charging, 0 to full in around an hour. But charging it for 15 to 30 minutes is also enough to get you through the day.
The sleep tracking uses the temperature sensor, but there's no way to measure your skin temperature independently of the sleep tracker. You also get a barometer and altimeter for you outdoorsy folk. The watch is comfortable and the crown doesn't dig into your wrist. We also didn't get any kind of rash from the strap. And what used to be nice about the integration with an Android phone is that putting either into Do Not Disturb will put the other into Do Not Disturb as well, something even Google couldn't pull off with their Pixel watch. But with the new update of WearOS, that feature no longer works on the Ticwatch. Google doesn't want others to have what their products can't do. And finally, if you buy this for a loved one like your parent or grandparent and want to monitor their health and fitness, you can follow them using the Take Care feature in the app.
We tested the blood oxygen sensor by comparing it to a professional pulse oximeter, and here are the results. You can see that the accuracy is possible for a smartwatch. 75% of the readings are between 98 and 100%. Not as consistent compared to the Brown pulse oximeter, but also not too far off the 99% consistent readings from the Brown. If your blood oxygen saturation is normal, then you will see that in these readings, so no worries. The question is, if it isn't normal, will the Ticwatch Pro 5 be able to show that too? So we wouldn't derive any serious medical conclusions from any smartwatch for that matter.
In terms of the heart rate sensor, things are looking worse. I went on a run with the Ticwatch Pro 5 and the Polar H10 chest strap, which is a very reliable heart rate monitor. Here are the results. The Ticwatch very often disagrees with the Polar when it comes to the heart rate readings. It's either too high or too low most of the time, but on average we see similar values for the heart rate and calories burned. We do, however, see deviations for the maximum heart rate and distance run.
But there are a couple of things that tick us off about the Ticwatch. Yes, it's a big watch, 48mm diameter, doesn't make it the best option for smaller wrists or if you want a watch that easily slides under a shirt cuff. Although the overall build doesn't feel heavy on the wrist, it's still not much of a looker. Very utilitarian and has more of the Garmin vibe than a fashion accessory. You only get to choose between 2 colors, sandstone and obsidian. The strap looks very basic too. Mobvoi does sell other strap options in silicone or leather for around $20 more, but since it's a 24mm push pin system, you can easily find many third-party options. Despite the rugged looks and the military standard rating, there is no official IP rating, just a 5 atmosphere water resistance. So fine for swimming, but try and be careful around dirt.
The glass protecting the display is Gorilla Glass, which should do great against impact, but might be prone to scratches more than, say, the Samsung watches, which come with sapphire crystal. Now, it has definitely held up well, and we haven't seen any scratches on the glass in our time with it. Although you get a push and rotating crown as well as a second button, it's unfortunate you can't configure what those buttons can do. So you're stuck with the second button being used for power and to open up recently used apps. Pushing the crown brings you back to the home screen and opens up the app drawer. On the Samsung, for example, it's super useful to configure the button gestures to open up Google Wallet and Assistant. Oh, speaking of which, you can use Google Wallet and open it from the app drawer or the quick toggles, but there is no support for Google Assistant. Long live the Samsung Google friendly benefits. The only voice assistant you can get is Amazon Alexa. Yeah. No thanks. And you can only get the watch in Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. No LTE, unfortunately.
On the software side, we're really not fans of the default watch faces. They're all very meh. Either too much happening at the same time, or not enough customization options, or the very retro game design elements. Although I've grown to love this one. There is an additional app called Time Show that gives you access to more free and paid watch faces.
Then there's the price, $350. Would I get it? We've compared the Ticwatch Pro 5 with several others in this video, and my pick was at the end. And it wasn't the Ticwatch, but one that's priced at a fraction of the price. What about you, Rohan?
My pick is in that video too, so go check it out. The biggest selling point of the Ticwatch is the potential it offers with Qualcomm's latest smartwatch chipset, the convenience of charging it every few days, and a big, clear display. But you can pretty much get all of that in the watch that I picked.
Now, we can review so many cool products for you guys, not because of the companies who send us their products, but because it's a strict policy of ours not to take money from companies whose products we review. We want to stay as true and independent as possible. So thanks a bunch to all of our dear patrons and YouTube members. And a special thanks to our Fakman tier members and patrons, Paula, Hunter, and Gamma. Thank you so very much.
You've been watching another Pro watch.
And we've been DHRME. Dui. You can see your step count, heart rate.
Oh. ULP.
So you're stuck with the sound. The glass protecting comes to the when it comes to the, and you can when it comes to the Ticwatch